Hey guys, I guess I'm going to attempt to record off of my phone, my computer. That this poor little piece of shit right here is currently dying of having a really shitty amount of power, but I guess I'm gonna hop on the Las Vegas bandwagon to try and get some extra views out of it. Not gonna lie, I feel a little scummy doing this. I'm starting to realize that I smoke a little too much because my eyes are freaking bloodshot. It's not even weed. Not even worth it. But the whole Las Vegas thing, I can't even make a long video about it because it's too fresh. I prefer to wait for the facts to come out with anything like that. And as they come out, it usually takes 2, 3 weeks for all the investigating and all of that to get done, published, and usually fact check to be sure that that is the cause of what happened. But what I want to say on the issue is, why is it we always resort back to the gun? I currently do not own a gun. I plan on purchasing one probably depending on if I start working soon because I freaking had to break my ribs. Long story, but probably sometime in the next 6 months, probably either a few payments into the truck I want to get, I would save up for it, or if this took off, I'd probably just go and buy one. Actually, probably like first couple of weeks after. But why is it the gun that's the problem? I personally think that it's not the gun, I think it's the person. Because when you look at the actual statistics of it all, they're not really just outcriers from the outside of society that are the ones that do these horrific events. They're people who often have undiagnosed medical illnesses. They have some huge stressor that puts them over the edge. They just somehow blend to the point where when they finally do it, everyone they know doesn't understand how or why or when this would ever happen. Like, I have many a friend, well, I have like 5 friends, so a couple of friends that if they ever were planning it, I would know when, I'd stop them, I would make sure that it couldn't go down, but I don't see how people now can get away with stockpiling guns and clearly planning something like this without at least, I don't know, 1 or 2 people they know being able to tell that's going to happen. But, I don't really can't blame the gun, though. When the rate of all gun deaths is outweighed 8 to, I think it was 300 times as much as the good it does. It's like, I think it's like 33,000 gun deaths, and the CDC estimated it's somewhere at like 300,000 to 3 million times the gun is used defensively to protect someone and it doesn't result in a death. So how can you say guns are these evil things when they do so much more good? Like, going by the low end, 300,000, that's... You could take away all the gun deaths from that total and it's still a huge number compared to the amount of actual gun murders in the country. Actually, it's not even gun murders, it's about 2/3 of it's suicides. If I remember the statistic right, it's 2/3 suicide. Then of the rest, it's like 1/3 is actual homicides that aren't drug related, and then the outcriers are the unfortunate, well, buzzword mass shootings. In all reality, it's a serial killing. You can't call them a mass shooter. It's not a legally defined term. Officially, they would be listed as serial killers, or I think they call them spree shooters. I think that's the other official term that they have. I can't remember, but serial killer is legally defined by the, I believe, FBI and Department of Justice as any single murderer who has killed 3 or more people at any point in time. So, Ted Bundy, all of them would be classified under the same, and you can't just go and, oh, I just really want to make sure those people who are clearly sociopaths, psychopaths, or just plain fucked up in the head can't get guns. I think those guys are the whole reason why they should be banned. You can't. Me, personally, I want a gun I want to have a bolt-action 308 or 30-06 rifle for deer hunting. I want to have an AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle that you can basically customize into your own style of a gun for target shooting. I want to have 1 or 2 pistols, depending on if I'm with someone or not, for just personal protection. And then I think I was going to get a shotgun in case I ever decide to go bird hunting. I think that was the only reason why I wanted it. That, or I don't know, just to be able to be like, hi, I have a shotgun. Pop in the dip and just go riding out in the woods shooting at freaking nothing. It's just something stupid to do, I guess. But then, that's me personally. I've talked to multiple people on both sides of the gun argument. My parents personally are completely against guns. They believe that they are pointless. I went over my reasons for wanting a gun. Oh, and by the way, that's why I don't edit. I'd rather you know this is me talking naturally and not me scripting out every last thing I want to say and then just going and being able to cut out where I fucked up or where I said something wrong or if I just lost myself in my thought for a moment. It just feels better to keep it completely, this is what I've said. You know, I'm not editing, I'm not going and trying to screw anyone out of anything. But my parents, I explained why I want guns, the guns I do want. My dad realized that they aren't that bad. He's still not going to buy one, but he's not anti-gun. He believes, well, now he believes again, Second Amendment, you can own it if you want it. My mom hates it with a passion, even though I already told her all the safety measures I'm going to do. No, I'm not buying a trigger lock for any gun. Basically, my plan is I'm going to have 2 sets of firing pins for every gun I own. One's going to be milled so that it will never fire, and one's going to be a live pin, which obviously will eventually have to get replaced. It will wear at some point, but basically, when I leave, any gun that I'm not carrying is going to have the bad firing pin in it for my safety. Anyone who happens to, even if they're going to be in a safe, so even if someone gets into my safe and tries to take it, I can report it. I can tell the cops straightforward, I have a bad firing pin in it on purpose. It won't fire, but if he still threatens, just for your safety, I don't care what you have to do. Do your job. It's your job for a reason, not mine. But in the end of it all, you can't really say the gun's the problem. You have to go and honestly discuss, what do guns do completely? If I set a gun on a table right now, any gun, an old World War I M1 Garand or even a modern day M16, if I set it on a table, fully loaded, cocked, ready to go, I want to be able to tell someone for certain that gun would kill before I would willingly say it needs to be taken away. Now, in 10 years, when we've gone further in technology where guns actually can shoot on their own, I would understand having this debate. I know right now there are some systems made where guns can be remotely operated, and henceforth hackers could control the gun. Those systems I would understand if you want to talk about regulating. That is completely reasonable to me, because those can be used against innocent people, unknowing people, and you can completely ruin someone's life by killing with their own weapon when they didn't want to. That one I'll talk to you about. I guess this is the end of my video. I still haven't thought of anything stupid to do for an outro, so sorry. I'll talk to you in the next one.